All right, you guys, welcome to another video. I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. Pretty much just gonna break down a trade that I held from last Friday and also, two trades that I took today on Monday, right? So as you can see right here on the left, this position and this position is from last Friday. I held it over the weekend. I felt pretty confident because we had a strong rejection down here to the downside. So I held that. Closed today, made about 24 from that one. And then I got on a Nas buy. I'll explain what happened to that one. It was up here. I got wicked out, right? But as price confirmed to the upside again, I got back in. So right here, I got back in. This is my second position, and I was able to capitalize on that position. Not only just making back what I lost, but also ending the day in profit for today, right? But overall, 2,700 from just today, right? So let's go ahead and let's break that down. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But let's go ahead and break those two trades down. And I'm going to be talking about price action, right? So this call or this video is just going to be about price action or why price action is so important. Just so everybody can understand the importance of price action and that technical analysis pretty much derives from price action, right? You cannot have technical analysis without price action, and that's a good way that most retail traders trade, which we are. If you trade, in the market, you are classified as a retail trader, right? No matter your experience or, any other factors, right? You are classified as a retail trader, right? You are not the banks, right? We do not trade like the banks. You cannot trade like the banks, right? We are retail traders. So one of the main reasons that retail traders are successful is because of something called technical analysis, right? It's pretty much, if you ever play sports, it's pretty much like studying film, right? Studying film and coming up with the possibilities or the best possibilities to stop that play, or in this case, not stop that play, but to go with the flow or react to that play, right? So it's pretty much just analyzing what the market has done in the past and what it has done in previous times and previous situations and previous zones and previous areas, right? To be able to know that when price shows you that it's confirming for a certain thing, you've seen it before. So you know the likelihood of that being, the right choice is, pretty successful, right? The better you are at mastering your emotions and the better you are with following through a technical analysis, right? Because someone can have technical analysis down pat, right? But they don't have that psychological down pat, right? Which is going to lead them to a lot of L's, right? You can see this on previous trades. This is a win. This is a win from last week, right? We had a win from last week, last Friday. We had a loss. The first loss, we got wicked out. Then we ended it with the win, right? So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, right? 4 wins, 1 loss, right? In the last, few days, right? So 4 wins and 1 loss, right? Losses are going to happen, right? Now, you might get to a point where in your trading career where you might have some undefeated weeks. Maybe if you're good enough, really dedicated, you might have some undefeated months, but there's never going to be a time where you don't lose, right? It's never going to be a time when you don't lose, but you just have to minimize the losses and capitalize on the wins, right? But back to price action, right? So last week, we can see that, and this is the 15-minute, if you guys are not familiar. Last week, we can see that on Tuesday, it pretty much established the high for the week, right? Tuesday established the high for the week, and then every movement after that kind of rejected the high, right? Forming lower lows, right? Or lower highs, right? Came back and tested it right here for the last time before it had that big drop, right? But it formed on Tuesday, it formed the high of the week, right? So when it forms the high of the week, you can know what? That's going to have to form a new what? A new low, right? And vice versa. If it formed a new low, right, it's going to have to form a new high. Now, it doesn't mean that's going to happen that week, but when things line up like this, majority or your major trades are going to come from what? From sales, right? When it's already established, right? The high of the week, right? And it's going into a sell trend, right? So you can already determine that most of your plays from then on will be sales, right? But price action is telling me what? That price is just trying to go lower, right? Price is going lower, right? If you look at the candles, you look at how it's sloping, price is clearly going to the downside, right? That's price action. Price action is telling you that price is currently what? It's currently selling, right? So then we get down here, right? And all before we have what? It's creating what? New lows, new lower highs, new lows, right? Then you get right here, and it's not trying to break this area, right? We have early Friday morning, New York or London. We have London session right here, right? 6 rejects, around 12 rejects. Later in the afternoon, it rejects again, right? That's Sunday, but it just keeps rejecting, right? It keeps rejecting. Is not trying to break below that area right there, right? It's not trying to break below, right? So once you identify that, you all can see very clearly. Once you identify that, now you can wait for a price to pretty much draw a trend line for you guys. You can wait for a price to reverse, right? Because now you know that price is not trying to go any lower. So now you want to look for a clear sign of reversal, right? Or rejection, and you can get in the trade, right? So we have right here, like I said, this is our trading time, right? We have what, 930 bell pushed up, but didn't break the highs, right? Didn't break the highs, right? So we're not entering, right? It buys up, but we're not entering until it breaks the highs, right? Because that's another confirmation that price is going to go higher, right? Or to the downside. And like I said before, price action is already showing you that you're in a sell trend, right? You're in a sell trend overall. So until price breaks that sell trend, I can expect majority of my big moves, majority of my big plays are going to be sales, right? So I'm not going to risk, getting stopped out by trying to get in a buy down here to try to catch it at the bottom, right? Until it confirms, right? Until price breaks the previous high set right here, right? I'm not going to get in a buy, right? I'm not going to try to be greedy because the price action still tells me that price of this particular pair is still below, right? The trend, so it's still what? It's still selling, right? So I know right here, if it rejects, I can possibly get in a sale, right? But when it shows rejection right here, I'm going to take the buy, right? I'm going to take the buy just because it's showing me rejection and it's kind of a reversal, right? So got in that one. It went for about 1,400 pips, right? Good play. And typical Monday, we didn't really get too much action. Mondays are usually hit or miss, right? They're hit or miss. Got in a buy up here once it confirmed, like I said before, over here, like last Friday, if price would have broken above this point right here, broken, above this previous high, I would have brought it, right? It didn't do it until today. So price broke that area. I entered a buy, right? The first buy I entered got wicked out by literally 40 pips. I give my SLs 350 pips, right? So it got to 390. It was down like 393, 88, something, along the lines of that. I got wicked out, right? So then once price confirmed and broke this high that it set, right, from today, I got back in a buy. And that went for about 800. It says 12, but it went for about 800 pips. It went about right there. So about 850. I capitalized. I closed up here. Just because I had made, it was a 2-to-1 trade, right? So a 2-to-1 trade is pretty much if you're making, right, at least 2 times what you would have lost on that trade, right? I usually look for 3-to-1 trade. So that means my risk is 1 and my reward is 3, right? So that means if I lose, my SLs are 350, right? I'm looking at that possible win to be at least 1,000 pips, right? Because that's a good 3-to-1 ratio. That's what I usually go for, right? Now today the trade was about a 2-to-1. Like I said, I usually look for 3-to-1. So, every trade is not going to be a 3-to-1. Every trade is not going to be a 4-to-1. Every trade is not going to be a 5-to-1, right? It's not always going to have the best risk to reward, right? But what you shoot for, right? If you aim high, right, you miss low, right? So I go for 3-to-1s, right? Today was a 2-to-1, still profitable, still able to, make back what I lost and also end the day in profit. And of course, end the day in profit because I held from last Friday, right? But that's pretty much it, you guys. Pretty much very clear from today. Like I said, and even though I took those buys, right? Remember, like I said, price action is showing that on Nas right here, price action is showing that we are still in a sell trend. It's still trying to sell, right? So don't get caught up in that buy, right? Don't expect it to go up until it breaks and shows you, right? Take what you can get and get out the market, right? So like I said, price action is still showing you, it's still selling, right? But, I just got in for a quick little, 2,000 altogether buy, right? 2,000 pip altogether buy. But that's it for this call, you guys. That's it for this video. I hope you guys are tuned in. I'm gonna be dropping another video probably today as well. I'm gonna really try to get some videos with showing you guys some in-depth stuff. So today was pretty much just price action. Just an overall basic example, a basic way to understand price action. Pretty much if price is going down, that's price action is showing you that price is doing what? The price is selling, right? If price is going up, if that pair is going up, those candles are going up, that's price action telling you that it's buying, right? That's pretty much in the simplest form what price action is, right? So whatever you see price action, right, you react to that, right? So like I said, if you see candles going up, you see a trend going up, that means price is going up, price action is going up. That means you want to look for buys, right? If you see price going down, right, candles going down, price going down, you want to be able to look for sales, right? Price action will always help you keep or trade with the trend, right? So that's pretty much it for this call. I hope this call helped. I hope you guys are having a successful journey on your, trading path. Just know that it doesn't happen in a month, doesn't happen in 2 months, doesn't happen in 6, maybe even not into 2 years, right? But when it clicks, right? Don't give up. Make sure you're doing the right work, right? Don't just put in work. Make sure you're doing the right work, right? A lot of this is mental. I would say about 90% is mental. So please understand that you have to get your mental down until you are able to make money, right? You have to get your mental down. But that's it for this call. I'll see you guys at the top because the bottom is not an option.